Do you want to become a miserable old woman? I don't think any of us do. You need to cleave away from your husband, cleave away from your children. Well, I did it. Here I am. And my very handsome boyfriend is making me dinner. The last few days have been super traumatizing for me. I don't know, things aren't going that great. I'm gonna go and have dinner with these people and their children.
Yep.
Instead of being at home with my own.
What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre tutorials and reviews, back in here with one more video. Guys, do I have a doozy of a video for you here today? What we're going to watch is a testament to the wall. It's also a testament to the propaganda, to the media engine that convinces women that they are more valuable than what they really are. What we're gonna watch here today is an older married woman choosing to divorce, choosing to get back on the market, choosing to compete with her younger counterparts, her younger competition, and after about a year, regrets it. Without further ado.
Good morning.
Morning.
Do you want to become a miserable old woman? I don't think any of us do. But women, you've seen those women out there. The women that are nattering and nagging their husbands, that are bitchy, that aren't nice, that seem to be so unhappy, and we think, oh God, I hope I'm never one of those miserable old women. And you know how that happens? That happens from raising a family, working, and then all of a sudden we're in our 50s and 60s and we have nothing. We don't have a life. We don't have a life separate from our family or separate from our husband. And so we resent everybody. So you know what you need to do? You need to get your own life. You need to cleave away from your husband, cleave away from your children. You're not just the grandma. You're not just the wife. You may have a marriage that's good, but you're still unhappy and you're still miserable. And you may not want a divorce, and you shouldn't have to. You should be able to find something that fills you up, that you can do to make you feel like you've lived your life. Our lives are short. There's not a lot of time left. What if next year, what if this is the last year of your life? Would you still live it the same way you're living it now? I don't think so. So let's think about that. Let's find a way to do it so that we can live every day and enjoy it, and enjoy our marriages if we have good ones, and be separate people from our husbands and from our children. Women need to get unstuck. They need to find a path and see what's out there for them. There's so much more out there for us.
Women are women's worst enemy. Can't you just imagine her sitting in a round table with a couple of other married women all echo chambering to themselves? Yeah, you have everything that most single women want, or most just lonely people want. A good marriage, loving kids, but you're still not happy. And for some reason, that's gonna culminate and leave them. Has something to do with the man. Why don't you have your own life? It's obvious, it's the kids, it's the family that's sucking everything from you. You could die tomorrow. And you begin to forget that you got married because of duty. You forget that when you had kids, those are now your life now to take care of, not to split away from, to go find yourself. How selfish and narcissistic are you? But this is the westernized modern woman today, older one albeit, but this is the way that they think, that the very happy lives that they set up for themselves is just not enough, that the grass is always greener on the other side. And what's crazy amongst all of this is that we have a marriage system which incentivizes them to break away. No-fault divorces, alimony, and child support. No wonder that they break away 80% of the time. And a media engine that hits their eyes, that continues to lie to them regarding what's going to happen once they Sex in the City themselves back out onto the damn market. But let's proceed.
It doesn't end when the kids move away. Anyway, I hope that helps. Well, I did it. Here I am. On my new bed, my princess bed. And it rained all day yesterday when I moved.
That was God.
God's grace, that is.
But today I woke up, and you know what? I felt free.
Liar.
I felt so excited for the first time in years. Just like a weight had been lifted off me. And I feel amazing. I'm so excited. My place is a mess. I haven't unpacked everything because, of course, you can't. And it's so small. There's nowhere. Like, I have to organize like crazy. But I feel really grateful. So it's been a couple of weeks. I've been moving and moving and moving. And now I'm finally all settled in to my new apartment. I'll do a little tour tomorrow. But it's just a short hello. And my very handsome boyfriend is making me dinner.
One eternity later.
So, the last few days have been super traumatizing for me.
Before she gets into the traumatizing, notice delete from, even if your marriage is good, you need to find yourself, to all of a sudden she's moved out and already has a goddamn boyfriend, which insinuates that she already had a boyfriend when she was still living at home with her husband. But let's see how she feels about her situation 1 year later.
So, the last few days have been super traumatizing for me. My own fault.
Yeah.
It's always my fault. But anyway, I didn't know.
Probably.
Well, I guess I did know, but that I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship.
Pay attention.
Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't. We've been separated for a year, but we see each other a lot and we spend time as a family together a lot. And I had asked him many times, are you seeing somebody? And he said, no, kept saying no. And then he'd take me to dinner and we'd have a nice chat. And I have a boyfriend that I've been seeing. So it's not like I think he shouldn't. Don't get me wrong. This isn't about that. But what happened was because he didn't tell me, I felt safe around him still, like in the way that he still loved me. So he invited me to go on a trip with him and the girls. And
Hold on before she gets into it. Pete, what she just said. She felt safe because she still felt like he loved her. You know how sick and twisted or just emotionally inept that you have to be to leave someone else and still feel safe with them because they haven't found someone else to replace you with?
I said yes. He bought this big boat for his business, and so we went and got on this boat.
He's well off.
I said yes because I didn't want, you have this feeling when you first get separated that you can't imagine your husband and your children having a great time without you or with a new woman. And I was like, okay, I don't know whether I should go or not. Like, I don't want him to think something, and I don't. But then my daughter said, well, he's not going to ask you again, so you should come. And I don't know why she said that, but I do now. So I went. And then when I was there, I found out, because he kept texting, and I just was like, what's going on? And anyway, I found out through some very horrific texts, my fault, that not only was he having a relationship, but they're totally involved in saying, I love you and blah, blah, blah. And I had this physical trauma.
Became real for you.
I went off the fucking rails. It was terrible.
Her reaction is visceral because he's financially supporting another chick, because he's found a replacement for her. And the thought that the family could be happy without her is not something that she's ever considered. So all the time that you spent to make that family what it is, you've now left it and now you're unhappy.
I don't know. Things aren't going that great.
Struggling.
I just keep thinking about what it used to be like when things were good. And maybe all of this was my fault. Maybe I'm a selfish, narcissistic.
You are.
Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the one. I don't know, but
I do. We all do.
I'm kind of struggling. All that fake, all that happy. Oh, I'm doing so great. I think I was in shock. And now it's coming like into reality, and I don't know. I know this is just a separation, and there are a lot of worse things in the world than this. I just don't know what my life's gonna be like.
Got real for you.
I can't seem to remember anything bad. I just remember all the good things.
Woo!
This really lovely woman, I cut her hair and do her highlights, and I do her kids' hair and her husband. And they invited me to dinner tonight. It's Saturday night. And I was getting ready to go, and I bought the kids little gifts. And I just thought, I'm going to go and have dinner with these people and their children.
Yep.
Instead of being at home with my own.
What I will say is that while I often clown on these kind of crying videos, what I do appreciate is that not only is she uploading the highlights, but she's also uploading the reality that she came to realize. And I think it serves as a key data point against the feminist narrative of being strong and independent, or thinking you can go back on the market after you've hit the wall and have the same results as when you were young, fit, and in your 20s. I really hope all 30.1 women that watch this channel are taking notes on this video.
And I wonder what I'm doing. It's really not... I don't know what to do. I don't know why I feel like this. I miss my family. I miss being a family. Maybe it's worth just staying miserable if you get your family.
Violins, everybody, please.
Without them,
Down to
I
the
don't
chat.
know who I am anymore.
You ruined it.
I'm not drinking. I'm not crying because I'm drinking. I'm crying because it's so hard. It's really hard. Anyway, I hope you're having a happy Saturday. I'm sure I'll be fine later. It just hit me. Like all of everything I've ever known is gone. My family isn't here anymore. I mean, they're here, but we're not together. And I'm going to go sit with some other family. I mean, it's nice that they invited me, but it's not easy.
She says she doesn't know what to do. You get on both of your knees and you beg for forgiveness. It probably won't work because you chose to break that man's heart, but that's what it should take. You had stability, you had a family, and you had a husband, and you threw it all away. You chose this. You broke up your happy marriage. You broke up your happy life. No one has sympathy for you.
Good morning. Sometimes I just wonder, like, what am I doing? Like, what have I chosen? Why did I do this? I had a dream last night that my estranged husband came to me and said, I've hurt my hand so badly, and he was crying, and he said he needed my help, and I said, well, how about I just move in and take care of you? And it was like, he was the way he used to be, and it was like we were starting over. And it was an upsetting dream. It's not possible. It's just the way the dream came out. I guess I was just, my body is like telling me that I love him. I always will. But, you know, things are different. And then I get angry sometimes, and I'm like, why doesn't he believe that I should have alimony? Or, you know, he wants to give me some money, but it's not, I need to have a monthly payment. And all the things we ever had were partly because of me, because my parents lent us money, and, you know, I was really good at helping him. And I was smart. He didn't have a dumb wife. He had a smart wife that helped him and encouraged him and stood by him. Even when something bad happened and I did something bad, I was punished for until now when I left. But everything he did, it was okay. But everything that I did, like, I was to be blamed. Everything has been my fault. And it's like, is this how you spend the rest of your life? Like, at my age, he has more money than me. I live in a shitty apartment. I'm like struggling, trying to find a place to live. And men think that the women don't deserve anything, that they're freeloading.
Oh, shut
They're
up.
asking for free money, that they got all they deserved. They should get the hell out and find their own way after 30 years.
Notice how she's victimizing herself after she made the decision to leave him. You made the decision to leave, ma'am. You don't deserve shit. You should have never left. You made an emotionally baked short-term decision without thinking about the logical long-term consequences of your actions. But now you're feeling them.
Of taking care of somebody. And yes, he took care of me too, in many ways, but failed in some ways because here we are. And, but I'm the one that's valueless. It's the wife. There's something wrong.
Long story short, guys, I think a lot more men in modern times today would feel a lot more comfortable in getting married to women if divorce was actually never a thing. We don't fear marriage. We fear divorce. We fear modern women like this, up and leaving, claiming no-fault divorce, taking half your ish and the kids. It seems like in her case, she opted not to do that because she wanted a clean break to start anew, because in her immature, emotionally soaked brain, it made sense to her to start over at 50-something years old. That's like starting a business, working so hard to get the business to $10 million of revenue a year, and then just saying, you know what? I want to go start another business elsewhere. Don't give me no severance. Don't give me nothing like this. It's okay. You could have all of the inventory, all of the goods, all of the revenue. Let me go start something else over here when I'm way past my goddamn business creating prime. And now a year later, you regretted it. My G's that are out there, do understand that this guy made it off relatively scot-free because now he has the wealth that he's accumulated, and now he can dip down into the dating marketplace and find a much better option than her crazy ass. But do understand, a lot of these divorce lawyers coach them much differently to take half of your shit. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. It's literally scary watching content like this. Although I do think that the value of the information released can help much more people make better decisions going into the future. Fact of the matter is that women are, from a thinking perspective, more often than not, rely on their emotions, can lead to very irrational decisions dependent upon your perceived value of your intuition, or you could be easily manipulated by the branding, the imaging of what that component of your life might look like. Marketers do it all day to sell them products, and marketers know that women are a lot more perceptive to their products because they are more emotionally based. They're emotionally based buyers and shoppers, usually with a much higher willingness to pay than for a man. So just understand this before you choose to sign your name on a dotted line with her. Until next time, YouTube. Peace!